Every November, millions of Americans gather for Thanksgiving. But the true story behind this holiday is deeper, older, and far more human than most people realize. In 1620, a group of English settlers, later known as the Pilgrims, arrived on the shores of what is now Massachusetts after crossing the Atlantic on the Mayflower. They were exhausted, unprepared, and facing a winter unlike anything they had ever known. Cold, hunger, and disease swept through the settlement. By the end of that first winter, almost half of the people who stepped off the Mayflower were gone. The colony survived, but only just. Their fortunes began to change when they formed a fragile alliance with the Wampanoag people, indigenous communities who had lived on this land for generations. With the help of interpreters like Tisquantum or Squanto, the settlers learned how to grow corn, how to fish the surrounding waters, and how to hunt animals they had never seen before. By autumn of 1621, the colony finally produced a successful harvest. To mark the moment, the settlers held a 3-day gathering, joined by members of the Wampanoag Nation. It wasn't the turkey-centered feast we imagine today. Their tables likely held roasted goose, duck, cod, corn dishes, and lobster. Although this gathering is now remembered as the first Thanksgiving, early New Englanders celebrated Thanksgiving in a very different way. For them, it was a day of prayer, fasting, and reflection, not a day built around feasting. Each year, colonial leaders declared days of Thanksgiving to honor victories in battle, abundant harvests, or relief from drought. It was a spiritual observance, rooted in gratitude and humility. During the American Revolution, the idea of a unified Thanksgiving began to take shape. In 1777, the Continental Congress called for a National Day of Thanks to celebrate a crucial victory over British forces. But the date still varied from state to state. That changed thanks to Sarah Josepha Hale, a magazine editor who spent decades campaigning for a single, nationwide Thanksgiving holiday. She believed the tradition could help unify a nation divided by conflict and fear. In 1863, during the height of the Civil War, President Abraham Lincoln agreed. Seeing the need for healing, he declared the last Thursday of November to be a national day of Thanksgiving. Over the decades that followed, new traditions took hold: parades, football games, family gatherings, and a long-awaited day of rest during the 6-day workweek. Thanksgiving evolved from a moment of survival into a celebration of connection. Today, Thanksgiving is more than a history lesson. It is a reminder to pause, reconnect with the people who matter, and appreciate the blessings we often take for granted. No matter how the holiday changes, its heart remains the same: gratitude, connection, and the simple act of giving thanks. Thank you for watching. And from my family to yours, happy Thanksgiving.